So let's begin our session with the pranam mantras like we do every day, every time. And then we will begin and dive into the actual study of the Bhagavad Gita. So all of you, please kindly join me in the prayers. It will be displayed on the screen. So kindly join your palms and then repeat after me. Let's dedicate this session to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, and my beloved spiritual master. Join your palms and let's chant the pranam mantras. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Hare Krishna everyone, welcome back to the Bhagavad Gita Study Circle. We have been discussing chapter 7 and we are in session number 70 today. So we have covered a lot of things in the previous chapters, and 7th chapter we have just begun. And in the previous session we discussed that how Krishna explained and told us that he is actually a connecting factor, Sutre Manigana Iva. So anything that exists in this world, in this material world, it is all connected through Krishna. Just like the pearls in a necklace are all strung together with a thread. Now you see the pearls look so beautiful, but they look beautiful because they are strung together. Now when they're all looking so beautiful, the binding factor, the thread, is not visible. So similarly in this world, when we see all these so many beautiful things across us, around us, it's all very beautiful because the thread is Krishna, and Krishna is the most beautiful one. So that is why he is the one who is connecting each and every beautiful thing on this existence, in this whole universe. So Krishna has explained that I am the binding factor. I act like the Sutradhar, isn't it? So similarly, Krishna also has explained very nicely, and he has told us that how all these Panchabhutas, or basically the eight elements, are all dependent on me. I am the origin of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false, ego. Everything is all dependent and originating from me. So Krishna has explained these different things. But now, until verse number 7, Krishna has kind of explained jnana. But in the very beginning of this chapter, Krishna has told that how jnana vijnana sahitam, I am going to explain to you both jnana and vijnana. Both are going to be useful for you. So until verse number 7, Krishna has explained the different aspects of jnana. But now he's actually going to talk about vijnana. He's going to talk about the another level, another highest level of truth. Now he's going to reveal himself to everyone. He's going to reveal everyone that how and so beautifully his superior position is. Okay? So, Dave, you can unmute yourself and let's share this verse number 8. It's very, very nice word. So beautifully Krishna is explaining about this. Okay?
Yes.
रसोहम अपसु कौन्तेय
रसोहम अपसु कौन्तेय
प्रभास्मि शशि सूर्ययोः
प्रभास्मि शशि सूर्ययोः
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
शब्दखे पौरुषं निषु
शब्दखे पौरुषं नृषु.
Once again, रसोहम अपसु कौन्तेय
रसोहम अपसु कौन्तेय
प्रभास्मि शशि सूर्ययोः
प्रभास्मि शशि सूर्ययोः
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
शब्दखे पौरुषं नृषु.
शब्दखे पौरुषं नृषु.
Wonderful. Please read the translation.
O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So here Krishna is starting with a very beautiful way of putting his position across. Very nicely saying that Rasoham Apsu Kaunti Kaunteya. Rasoham Apsu. Apsu means water. So now we all know that water is very, very important for our existence. In fact, if scientists are looking for some life in other planets, the first thing they want to identify is whether there is water or not, isn't it? Rasoham apsu kaunteya. So they basically are looking for water. Water is very, very essential, isn't it? So water is what they are looking for. But now Krishna is saying, Rasoham rasaha. What is that rasa? Krishna is saying that water has a very specific, very wonderful, peculiar quality. That rasaha, what is that rasaha? That it has the ability to quench thirst. And nobody can do that. No other element can actually quench our thirst. You drink Coca-Cola or anything. It is not like the taste of the water. Water in itself has its original taste. And that original taste, Krishna is saying, I am that rasaha. He's saying that original taste of the water is me. Just see how it is. Now, this unchanging, original taste of the water is called as anaguntakaha quality, anaguntakaha. In Vedic terms, it is called anaguntakaha, means that which cannot be changed, that which is original. Anaguntakaha. That which changes, it's aguntakaha. Which means there are a lot of things that can be changed. Similarly, water also there are secondary qualities of the water. For example, you take water and you mix lemon into it, it will get that bitter or sour taste it gets. You mix sugar, it will get sweet taste. So water, although it has its original taste, you can mix it with different elements and you can change the taste. So that is called aguntakaha. But the original taste of the water, which is not salty, not sour, not sweet, that original taste, rasaha, that is anaguntakaha. That is Krishna is saying, rasaha, I am that. I am that original taste. So wonderful it is. It is not an ordinary thing to be told. Krishna is saying it is very, very special. Now, water, this is the quality, that original taste. Similarly, there is originality in everything. You take cotton. Cotton is one of the characteristic of cotton is it's white, it's pure white. Now, that pure white cotton, you can actually then make into threads and then you make them into nools and then slowly, those cotton threads can be given colors. But the originality is actually white. The original white cotton can be changed into different colors. Those are different colors are all aguntakaha. Anaguntakaha means that the cotton is always white. That is how it is. The originality of cotton is it is white. Similarly, Krishna is also saying here the next thing, Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashishurayoho. See, so nice. He's saying that prabhasmi means the rays of the shashi suryaho. Shashi also refers to the moon. So the rays of the moon and the sun, they are actually originating from me. Actually, it is true. It's fact that that the energy that sun is reflecting, it's not on its own. It is actually being reflected by the Brahma Jyoti of the Lord. The Brahma Jyoti, the effulgence of the Lord, when it actually penetrates through this universe, this Brahmanda, that Brahma Jyoti is reflected by the sun. Sun on its own does not have any existence or ability to give any light to us. It is the Brahma Jyoti which is reflected by the Surya. And there is a predominating deity, that is the Surya Devata. So now you please understand that the original rays of the sun are actually coming from me. And not just the sun, but also the moon. The moon is also reflecting rays because of me. I am the Prabhasmi. I am the one who actually make these wonderful heavenly bodies to reflect light. Now this is not an ordinary thing. You see, most of the vegetation, it gets nourished in the night. It gets nourished in the night because of the moon rays. Moon rays, even scientifically today, scientists have concluded that most of this vegetation, including in the forest and everywhere else, they get nourished because of the moon rays. In fact, ragi, wheat, and most of the crops, they get a lot of nourishment in the night because of the moon rays. So that is why moon is very, very essential. The moon rays are very essential. Most of the white flowers, they blossom in the night because of the moon rays. You see? So moon rays actually nourish. So in turn, what is happening? Krishna is nourishing us through the moon. See, Krishna is taking care of us so nicely. He's not simply kept all this moon and sun randomly. He has a purpose behind. So these moon rays are actually reflected, or the rays are coming because of Krishna. Surya, sometimes we, in the summertime we say, oh, what is this Surya? The sun is rising and making us sweat like anything. Why at all the sun is rising, Many times we complain that the sun is giving out so much of heat and this is not good for us. Hope this sun will not rise today. What will happen if the sun doesn't rise? Just imagine. 4 days, if it continuously starts raining, then you start blaming the rain. Oh my God, why is it raining so much? So Everything has its purpose. And you see, even in the morning when the sun rays are coming out, they are actually giving again lot of nourishment to the plants, nourishment to all the animals. The photosynthesis happens because of the Surya, the rays of the sun. You see? So sun is essential for existence. The sun rays are essential for existence. And Krishna is saying that prabhasmi, those rays are actually coming because of me. We had discussed earlier also in one of the sessions that how there are so many people who just exist on the sun rays. What are they called, by the way? They are not vegetarians. They are not non-vegetarians. They simply exist on the sun rays. Does anyone remember? I had this.
Breatharians.
What is it?
Breatharians.
Breatharians.
Yes, Guru. Yes, Guru. Breatharians.
Breatharians. Oh, thank you so much for reminding me because I was just thinking about it. Now, see, breatharians, there are just people who just breathe. They just breathe. They don't eat. They don't drink anything. They just exist on air and sunlight. Breatharians. Very nice. Good, you remember, both of you. Very nice. So, breatharians, all they're existing on the sun. So, see, Krishna is making even this facility available. That okay, you come on, exist on me. So it's all very, very nice. Next, Krishna is also saying, let's see what Krishna is saying. So, Rasoham apsu kaunteya, water, the taste, I'm original taste of the water. Prabhasmi, I'm the rays. Then Pranavaha sarva vedeshu. Pranavaha. Pranava also means Omkara. The Sarva Vedeshu, all the Vedic mantras, Vedas mean mantras. The Vedic mantras, they begin with what? They begin with Omkara. And Krishna is saying that Vedic mantra is me. Now, this Omkara, Pranavaha, has 3 syllables, basically A, U, Ma. Now, at a very superficial level, this Omkara is basically having 3 syllables, A, U, Ma. But it's not the end. In fact, it is also said in the scriptures that this Omkara represents all the 50 syllables of the Sanskrit words, of the Sanskrit language. It all begins, right? Sanskrit begins with A. There are no 26 letters like in English. English has only 26 letters, but Sanskrit, it has 50 letters. So it begins with A and it ends with Ksha. Aksha, Akshara. Akshara means it represents all the 50 syllables. Akshara means it has all the 50 syllables, letters of the Sanskrit language. Akshara. And this Akshara is nothing but Omkara. Omkara has all these 50 letters. Then the combination goes on and it can produce unlimited words. In fact, all the words that we speak are originating from Omkara. And this Omkara is representation, the sound representation of Narayana. Omkara. See, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. It is originating from the Lord. Omkara is originating from the Lord. So wonderful it is. And then we should also understand that Krishna says that Brahmaksharam, earlier also he had the Brahmakshara. This Brahmakshara, Omkara, is my origin. It's coming from my existence. I am the origin of this Omkara. Now, Krishna is saying that very interestingly, you see, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu, all the words, they are encompassed, they are all within Omkara. Omkara has all these aksharas. Shabda Khe. Shabda means sound. Khe means ether. Now, ether, the sound in the ether is also me. Shabda Khe. Khe means ether. So, this is another very interesting thing that Krishna is explaining to all of us. Now, the sound in Akasha Tattva is me. The Omkara in words is me. And the rays of the sun and moon is me. The taste of the water is me. So everything actually is in me. I am the origin of everything. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, specifically in the 3rd canto, 26th chapter, 33rd verse, it is very nicely defined what is sound. What is sound? What is Shabdaha? Shabdaha means it is said, Arthashrayatvam Shabdasya Drashtur Lingatvam Evacha Tan Matratvam Cha Nabhaso Lakshanam Kavayo Viduhu. Which means, very nicely, I'll just read word to word. Persons who are learned and who have true knowledge define sound as that which conveys the idea of an object, indicates the presence of a speaker, and constitutes the subtle form of ether. See, basically, what is sound? It is said that sound means, Shabda means, it conveys an idea of an object. You see, anytime when we say laptop means it conveys an idea. The word laptop, it conveys an idea about laptop. It's a Shabda. So sound means it conveys a certain meaning to a particular object. It gives meaning to the Arthashraya. It takes the Artha Ashraya. It takes the shelter of the meaning. That is Shabdaha. Now, when we say Shabdaha, it is not just meaning, it's not just Arthashrayaha, it also indicates that there is a speaker. Speaker means there is a conscious person. So, Shabdaha, whenever there is sound, it gives meaning and it also indicates the presence of the speaker. This is where the modern scientists are unable to give clarification on what is sound. They cannot define sound. Many scientists have failed to understand this sound. And this sound, what is it? Then it is said, and constitutes a subtle form of ether. This Shabdaha, where is it residing? In the ether. I've explained to you this before also, that ether is like the hard disk. Ether, the space, it actually stores all the information, all the activities that you do, every word that you speak is getting stored in the ether, in the space. That's why while a person, when he's dying, at the point of death, he is able to remember everything, good, bad, ugly, everything that he has done. He is able to remember because the ether, it is all retrieved from the ether and told, see, this is what you have done. Everything is shown to you before dying. That's why people cry while dying. Oh my God, what is this? I'm seeing all the nonsense. I'm remembering everything that I have done. You see? So ether. Now just imagine if there is no Omkara, if there is no words, what will happen? We cannot communicate. In fact, the mobiles, every gadget that we are using are able to communicate. It's because the Lord is so mercifully kept Shabdaha, sound in ether, and He has given the words which are originating from Omkara. Without Omkara, there is no Akshara. Without Akshara, how can we communicate? How can I talk to you? Just imagine how it will. Just imagine, your mobile in the silent mode. Somebody is trying to communicate, but it's in silent mode. You cannot communicate. You don't even know that they are trying to call. So just imagine if the Lord had kept all of us in silent mode. There would not be any communication between us. But no, He's merciful. He said, okay, take this Shabda that is there in the ether. It's a complete network across. Everywhere this Shabda is there. Shabda is there within the ether and space is everywhere. So there is no network problem. Sometimes you go here, there, Airtel, there is some problem, Jio, there is some problem. Network issues will keep coming here and there, isn't it? But here, Krishna has put Shabdaha for communication in space. See, just imagine, He's kept the Shabdaha in space and space is everywhere. And everywhere in the 14 planetary system, in this whole universe, there is no network problem at all. Now you may wonder and ask question, Prabhuji, what is this? If space is everywhere, why am I not able to hear sound? Correct? Why am I not able to hear sound? Because we need to have an instrument that is called Abhivanjaka Samagri. Abhivanjaka Samagri means, although there are all these radiations of Airtel and Jio, you need to extract them or you need to use them only through the mobile phone. Now, mobile phone has become what? Abhivanjaka Samagri. Only through that, although it's all pervading. The network is all pervading. You will be able to listen to that sound only when you will be able to access to those radiation only when you have a mobile phone. Otherwise, you cannot access. So similarly, there is sound everywhere across the 14 planetary system. But if you have to listen to them, then you need to have a abhivanjaka samagri. Now, this sound, there is so much in-depth knowledge about this sound, which I had explained, I think, before, and going forward also we will explain that how there are 4 types of sound. There is para, pashyanti, madhyama, vaikari. Vaikari is the most grossest form of sound that you are able to hear now. The sound vibration that you're listening is called vaikari. Then there is madhyama. Madhyama means the sound vibration that happens at the mental level. Then there is pashyanti, the sound at the intellectual level. Then para means that which is transcendental sound. So at our consciousness, we are able to understand only Vaikari knowledge. But as the consciousness increases more and more, we will be able to understand and have an access to all the different types of this para, pashyanti, madhyama, and Vaikari sounds, which are there already. We are not able to access to them because of our low consciousness right now. But when our consciousness increases, we will be able to access to all these different forms. And these different sound vibrations represent your state. For example, when you're listening to Vaikari, you're in the most grossest form, in the Jagrata Avastha. In the Madhyama, it is Swapna Avastha. The other form, Pashyanti, it is Shushupti, which is unconscious state. And there is another level, Turiya, which is transcendental state. So there are different types of sound vibrations, and each sound vibrations will actually reflect what state you are in. The sound vibrations are very powerful. So our consciousness, we are only experiencing the Vaikari now, Vaikari Shabda. Without Vaikari, we will not be able to understand anything. So this is how it is. There are a lot of processes. How this, before I speak, the sound, before it comes out of my mouth, there are a lot of things happening within our consciousness. That process is explained in the scriptures. That is another subject for another day, not today. Okay? So now, although space is everywhere, sound is everywhere. But sound can be accessed only through abhivanjaka samagri. You need to have instruments, proper instruments to listen to that. So now, whenever Krishna makes something, he never claims anything. He is least bothered. But we are not like that. Anytime when we create any product, you see people, they put tags, they do branding. Oh, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. They do a lot of branding. Oh, they want to show off that this is mine. In fact, before when you go to the shop, when you go to the mall, you want to buy some any product and you're trying to bring it out, they put tags so that you don't take it away. You know, everything is protected and it's branding. So they protect and they brand. But see the Lord, he creates everything, but he doesn't want to brand anything. He doesn't want to see anything. He doesn't want to proclaim that, oh, I am the owner. He doesn't want. He gives us everything. He gives us sun, he gives us moon, he gives us water, he gives us air, he gives us ether, sound, everything. But he never claims, okay, enjoy. Just see the water. What are we doing? Water from the river is taken and packaged into a bottle, and it's called mineral water, and you put Bisleri or whatever it is, and you're selling. You're even selling the water which is naturally given by the Lord. We sell in packeted bottles, isn't it? Same mineral water. In Krishna, did he say anytime, okay, this is mineral water belongs to me? No, we package it and we say, oh, this is belong to me now. We take everything from the Lord and we say, this belongs to me. So this is our foolishness. So Krishna is saying, oh Baba, at least you cannot create, but at least recognize that I am the origin. So Krishna is saying, by all this, what is he trying to say? He's saying that I am the origin of everything. You just recognize, become aware. Why is he saying I am the taste in water? What is the need? Why is he saying that I am the Prabhasmi in the Surya and moon? Why is he saying that, oh, there is Omkara, I am the origin, Pranama Omkara? He's saying all these things because, please understand, for your day-to-day needs, you are using water, sun, moon, Shabdaha, words. All these are originating from me. Become aware of this. So that you become grateful, you have that gratitude towards the Lord. Isn't it? That is why he's telling this. Otherwise, he doesn't want to show off that, okay, this I am the original. No, it's not like that. He's just making us aware that I am the origin of everything. So these things we miss out. That's why Bhagavad Gita, there are so many layers of understanding. Layers of understanding. Superficial level, okay, this is what is happening. But no. Krishna has a meaning, Krishna has a purpose. So we are not in the silent mode. But you see what happens today, the modern people and the scientists, they want to imitate the Lord. And they say that, okay, whatever the Lord can do, I can also do. They have become rebellious towards God. They say that, okay, many times, husband and wife, they have no children. Oh, the Lord didn't want. Maybe Lord, when the Lord blesses, then they will have children. That was the olden days, people used to say. But today the scientists will say, they'll challenge, hey, what Lord, we will create babies for you. They want to imitate. They will try to make some test tube babies and other things, and they show, oh, I have done. That is foolishness. Raw materials they take from the Lord only. Just like there was one small anecdote that we had shared earlier, that how a scientist, he was proclaiming that, oh, I can do anything that God can do, isn't it? He was saying that everything that God does I can do. So once God himself came in front of him and said, oh, scientist, I heard that you can do anything that God can do. He said, yes, I can do anything, so I am God. Oh, you are God. The scientist said, so I can do anything that you want. So God said, all right, let's see. So God took a little bit of clay, and the Lord made a very beautiful pot, a clay pot. And he said, okay, now you make it. The scientist also got excited and he said, okay, what is this? So simple. Making a pot, I can make it. So scientist also, he started taking his clay and then wanted to make the pot. The Lord said, wait. The Lord said, first make your own clay. First create your own clay. Then the scientist was dumb. Understanding? So what's happening today, most of these people, they take the raw materials which are already given by the Lord and they say that I have created, I should get the Nobel Prize, I am so and so big scientist. All foolishness. They take everything from the Lord only, but they don't recognize the Lord. So we should be aware, we should become aware that Krishna is the origin of everything, right? And this is what he has explained in this particular shloka. Let's go to the next shloka. So Hina Mataji, please unmute yourself and you can chant the next shloka. Let me display that to you. Okay. Punyo gandha prithviyam cha
पुण्यो गन्ध पृथ्व्याम च
tejaschasmi vibhavasu
तेजस चाश्मि विभावसौ
जीवनम सर्वभूतेषु
जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु
तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु.
तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु.
Once again, punyo gandha prithviyam cha
पुण्यो गन्ध पृथ्व्यां च
tejaschasmi vibhavaso
तेजस चाश्मि विभावसौ
जीवनम सर्वभूतेषु
जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु
तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु.
तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु.
Please read the translation.
I am the original fragrance of the earth, and I am the heat in fire. I am the life of all that lives, and I am the penances of all the ascetics. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So, again, so very nicely, Krishna is saying here in the next verse, Punyo gandha prithviyam cha. Gandha means smell, fragrance. Prithviyam cha. Prithvi, earth, actually has the fragrance. The fragrance is actually in the earth. So that original fragrance of the earth is me. Now, this original anaguntakaha fragrance, the original anaguntaka fragrance in Prithvi is me. But the Prithvi can also have aguntakaha fragrance. Like you see now the flowers. The rose flower has a specific type of gandaha. It has a smell of a certain type. Then there are other sunflowers or any other flowers. They each of them have different varieties of fragrances, which are all called aguntakaha, derived from the earth, which is original fragrance, prithvi. So that original Gandha is actually coming from me. I am that original fragrance in the earth. And not just Gandha, he's saying Punya Gandha. Punya means, again, it is that which is very, very auspicious. That Punya means also original. That original and the auspicious fragrance, that is what I accept. That is what I can take. Punya Gandha Prithviyamcha. So now we are not independent like the Lord. Now suppose there is a gutter which is having a lot of foul smell around us. It's spread across the environment that we are staying in. Can we say that, no, I will not smell that? No. We cannot say that I will not smell that unpleasant fragrance. It is just not possible. We don't have that independence. Right? We have to smell that unpleasant fragrance. But the Lord is so powerful that even in that inauspicious, unpleasant fragrance, He can take the best out of Punya Gandha. He takes only the good from that. He takes only the good Gandha from even the inauspicious environment. That is the Lord. Just see, so powerful the Lord is. Just like even when you offer Naivedya, when you offer food to the Lord, Naivedya is there. How does the Lord eat? Just by the Punya Gandha, that wonderful preparation, dishes that you have prepared for the Lord, that itself is enough. Just by the Gandha, the Lord accepts all the Naivedya that you are offering. See, so wonderful the Lord is. Just by the Gandha and by the glance of the Lord, He accepts all the Naivedya that you are offering. That is enough for the Lord. Because the Gandha is saying that, okay, I am the original Gandha of all these different dishes that you offered me. Now become aware that I am the origin and you take it as prasadam, and that will make you purified. You will become purified. So wonderful. And then Krishna is saying, Tejas chasmi vibhava. So Tejas. Tejas means what? What do you understand by Tejas? Tejas means that heat. That heat in the fire is actually me. Now, very interesting. So wonderful. Even now, scientists cannot understand this. This original heat in the fire is me, Krishna is saying. Now, see, fire actually gives rise to water. Water has its origin from fire. But fire, the characteristic of heat is not there in water. Although it is originating, or the water is getting its origin from the fire, water does not have heat. Totally opposite. Water is different from heat. The differentiation, how this differentiation is there, they cannot understand. Water gets its origin from heat, but fire burns everything. Water cannot burn, it instead extinguishes everything. Just see the variation. This is the way the Lord acts. This is how Tejaha, Chasmi Vibhavaso. Now, this Tejaha, that original heat, is so wonderful to understand. Please, I'll give you a little hint about this. How the heat actually acts. It acts differently internally and externally. When you take the food and the food grains, if you have to now boil them, you need heat, correct? Every day you are using the stove, and the stove is actually having fire. The fire is having heat. So to cook food, you need heat. That heat is me, Krishna is saying. And that heat is different from the heat that is there in your body, in your stomach. Now the food is boiled, and that boiled food, when you put it in your mouth, you cannot take the fire on the stove and put it in your stomach. Oh, I will take the same fire and I'll digest the food. No, there's a different fire now in the stomach. That is called Jataragni. The Jataragni is different from the fire that you use to boil the food in the stove. Just see the difference in the heat. So the difference in the heat is aguntakaha. But the existence of heat in all different types of fires, that is anaguntakaha. The heat itself is anaguntakaha. The fire means heat, that is anaguntakaha. But different variations of heat, that is aguntakaha. You are understanding how there is variation in water, variation in heat, there is variation in the taste and fragrance. Everywhere there is variation, but the original taste, Krishna is saying, that original Teja is me. See, so wonderful Krishna is saying. So this itself should make us understand that Lord is originating everything. Then Krishna is saying, Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. I am actually sustaining all the different living entities. This is so wonderful. Every living entity is actually dependent on the Lord. The frogs, just understand, the frogs, sometimes they are actually staying within the rocks, within the stones, where it's not even porous. It's not even porous. Even air cannot go, water cannot go, but the frogs stay there. The turtles, they are eating the small, those algae in the water, and they sustain on that. They subsist on that. The food of the lion is different from the food of the cow. You cannot give the meat to the cows, and you cannot give grass to the lion. The food is designed and accordingly designed to their bodies. Who is sustaining them? The Lord. Have you ever anytime gone to the jungle and we have to, okay, lion, come, I'll feed you something? No, we cannot. Who is sustaining them? Actually, the Lord is doing. The peacocks so beautifully, they are all sustained. They are eating and getting their wonderful food. Why? Because the Lord is giving them. The insects, the ants, they're getting their food. Why? Because the Lord is giving them. Just see, He's Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. He is giving and sustaining all these different living entities. So wonderful this is. We, to maintain one family of 3 to 4 people, we have so much struggles. We have to struggle and work hard. And Lord is taking care of innumerable living entities across the universe. That is the capacity of the Lord. That is the power of the Lord. Just imagine. Isn't it? From a small insect to the big elephants, the Lord is sustaining everyone. Everyone. So we should become humble. We should be able to understand these things, that these arrangements are not ordinary. At least we have to become aware that this is how the Lord is operating. The snakes, how do they sustain the snakes? When they lay eggs, they eat 2-3 eggs. When they sustain themselves and they give birth to the other eggs. That is how they sustain. Sometimes just by breathing air, the snakes are existing. All different varieties of foods are everything designed by the Lord, and they are sustaining. How is this possible? The bodies are designed, the food is designed, everything. Deep within the ocean, there are so many fishes which are existing so nicely, all because of the Lord. So, we should know that this is not an ordinary thing. This is definitely a very powerful thing. Jivanam sarva bhuteshu. He has assigned a specific food for everyone. And then Lord is also saying that tapas chasmi tapasvishu. He's also saying that tapaha, the tapas means not just chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, every like the ability to do tapas in all the tapasvis is actually coming from me. Isn't it? A same person, sometimes when you're traveling, you will not feel hungry. You're traveling for 2 days, you'll not feel hungry. And the same person, sometimes you feel so hungry, you cannot even wait for a minute. You feel so hungry that you want to eat immediately. One day you will be able to do tapas of not eating. Another day you will not be able to do tapas. The ability comes from where? The ability comes from the Lord. Even to do tapasya, the Lord has to give us that strength. So, you see, these all things are very powerful. And in the previous words, Krishna also explained Paurusham, even the ability in the man is coming from me. there is a specific strength that a man gets. That ability, that strength is actually me, the original ability, Paurusham. So these are very powerful things to be contemplated upon, where he's saying that these all original things are actually originating from me. So Krishna is now basically giving Vijnana. He's saying this is earlier what I told you was Jnana, knowledge, earth, water, fire, air, ether. But now he's talking about earth, water, fire, ether, but he's giving Vijnana. He's giving the science behind what is the origin, what characteristics these people have, these elements have, all these things he's explaining. And he's also saying that it is me who is uh, actually sustaining all of these things. Right? So, any questions, please? Any questions? So I just wanted to cover up these two shlokas today, and there are so many beautiful things that Krishna is going to talk about in the future also. But if there are any questions, please feel free to ask.
Prabhuji, I have a question that is not related to these two verses but to a previous verse.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
So it's from, I think, 5.15, where we had seen that how a yogi sees everyone equally.
Yes,
Uh,
yes,
a Brahman, a dog eater, elephant, a cow,
correct.
everything he sees equally, and he sees Krishna within all of them. So I wanted to
Yes,
ask, how do we, practically implement that in our life by, when we see people, there are people, like when I meet, there are people that who eat meat, who even talk about beef to that extent. But
yeah,
there are people who are devotees also, of course, devotees are there, and then there are other people who are, and like they might be normal people, but it's like I'm not able to practically see them as equal, and not it's not about equal, but somewhere we are judging them, or so how do we
exactly.
implement that?
So this is very interesting now. See, sometimes there are a lot of people who have a lot of fame. Materially speaking, actually, everybody is struggling. No matter he's a prime minister, he is a wonderful actor, or he is anybody, everybody who is having this material body in one way or the other way is actually suffering. But you should know that they have certain abilities. For example, now, prime minister, he has a certain ability to rule, or he has ability to control few people. That ability, Paurusham, Krishna is saying that I am that ability. So that ability is what we should appreciate, and we should see that actually this is being given to this person because of the Lord. And according to his karma, it is being sanctioned. So some people are very, very good in speaking, good in singing, good in acting. All these different abilities in man is actually originating from the Lord. But right now, we can only appreciate their abilities, but as a person he may not be as spiritual as we are, but they're conditioned. So what we see them in is he is also part and parcel of the Lord. He is a spiritual entity after all. But his consciousness is forcing him to think in a certain way, act in a certain way. His consciousness is polluted. So, in fact, what you should do is you should have compassion on these people. Oh my God, this person, he's actually a part and parcel of Krishna. He's being sustained by Krishna. So, what I can do is, in my capacity, let me try to somehow try to bring this person closer to Krishna. That is the duty of a devotee. So, although we are not able to see them on an equal platform, but can I find a way to actually bring him closer to the Lord? In some way, he become Krishna conscious. You can just give him prasadam. You can just give him a little bit of this knowledge about the sound vibration, this wonderful Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Little knowledge, if he's able to understand, if he's able to grasp this thing. So, as a devotee, we need to have compassion on these people. Although you're not able to see them on an equal platform as a spiritual being, but at least you know theoretically that he belongs to Krishna. He's in one way, from the spiritual perspective, he's your god brother or a god sister, right? Because they're all part and parcel of Krishna. So he's forgotten the Lord. You have now recognized the Lord, original father. They don't know who their father is. So can you help them to understand? If they take it, well and good. If they don't take it, but at least you're happy that you have done your dharma of preaching to them about the signs of God. So that is how we should have compassion. That is what Prabhupada did. When he went to the West, they were all into nonsensical things. So Prabhupada did not see any of those things. Prabhupada just saw that, okay, these people are part and parcel, let me help them. So although we are not at the level of Prabhupada to see all of them at equal vision, we are not Pandita Samadarshana, but theoretically we know that yes, he is a part and parcel. Let me help in some way or other way. And the best way to help anyone is to give prasadam, because everybody appreciates prasadam. And they, just by coming in contact with prasadam, eating prasadam, they get purified. And that will take them to the next step of spiritual consciousness. By giving prasadam to these people, they will slowly evolve. If not this lifetime, the next lifetime. So all this is very much possible. So you should do your dharma as a devotee and have compassion on these people. Don't reject them. Be an all-inclusive person. Devotees are all very inclusive people. They are not exclusive people. Anything related to Krishna, we take inclusive. And people means they are somewhere connected to Krishna. Paramatma is in their heart. So you should pray to the Paramatma, please, my Lord Paramatma, inspire me to inspire that other person. It's very interesting. Inspire me, O Lord Paramatma, so that I can inspire the person who is there. And he is there. You are there in him, you are there in me. So inspire me so that I can inspire him about you. That is how. And that way the Lord will inspire you. Because you are doing his duty. Right? So this is how you can do at this stage. And by doing gradually these things, you will start seeing Pandita Samadarshana. Gradually you will come to a state where, oh yes, he is also part and parcel. That's how Uttamadhikari is thinking, that actually I'm not serving the Lord. All these, even materialistic people, they are serving the Lord in one way or the other way. That is how Uttamadhikari is thinking. So we are Kanishthadhikari right now. So we will not be able to see. So just do the duty of preaching to these people. That should be sufficient. That will be nice. Okay?
Yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Any other question? Anyone? Good. So, all right. I just wanted to once again tell all of you that today, because of the programs in the morning, I had to reschedule this, and I had to again meet another person this evening. So that's why I had this time slot 6 to 7. We could have this wonderful discussion. I didn't want to miss Bhagavad Gita today. So let's continue from the 10th verse next week again, next Sunday. And there are many wonderful things that Krishna is explaining in the next verses. So until then, please take care and be safe. And nothing to worry about Omicron and Corona and COVID. Absolutely, I've already told you before. Nothing to worry. Just stay calm and stay healthy by eating good food. That's it. And nothing to worry about. Corona is not going to do anything to you. And especially devotees, don't worry. Nothing will happen. All right? So take care. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hari Bol.
Sir, want to eat something?